Ladies and gentlemen, these states that reopened, I've been tracking them because, well, Florida, I have a relative there, so I always try to keep up with Florida. But right now, the biggest spikes of coronavirus in the country is California, Arizona, Florida, and Texas. Every single one are still reporting spikes. So this is June 18th, 2020, CNBC. Arizona, Florida, California, South Carolina, and Texas all reported record high single day increases in coronavirus cases on Thursday as states continue to ramp up testing and the virus reaches new communities. Arizona health officials reported 2,519 confirmed cases on Thursday, surpassing the previous single day of 2,392. Reported on Tuesday, Florida officials announced 3,207 new cases Thursday morning, shattering the state's previous single day high of 2,783. New cases also reported on Tuesday. California officials reported 4,084 new cases that were confirmed on Wednesday. South Carolina officials reported 987 new cases Thursday afternoon, bringing the total number of confirmed cases in the state to 21,533 and mark another all-time high single-day increase. Texas reported 3,516 new cases Thursday evening, topping the previous record of 3,129 reported on Wednesday. Record-setting numbers come amid an ongoing tide of new infections and increasing hospitalizations reported among a slew of states across the American South and West. Some states now seeing a rise in infections were among the first and most aggressive to reopen. Arizona, new cases rapidly risen, and some hospitals are nearing capacity. The state reported a record number of patients in ICU beds on Thursday, accounted for 84% of the state's capacity. On Wednesday, Governor Doug Ducey addressed the recent surge and announced new policies that allow local officials to require that residents wear masks in public and in businesses after a slew of health specialists wrote a public letter asking the Republican government to do so, making it the announcement. The governor also acknowledged that the virus is spreading more quickly than is acceptable. He had previously said that officials expected cases to rise after the state eased restrictions and reopened business on May 15th. So we are barely past a month and they are experiencing a surge in new cases. I said 2 weeks ago, there is not a trend here, Ducey said Wednesday evening while presenting a chart of daily new cases across the state. Looking at 2 weeks of data, there is a trend, and the trend is headed in the wrong direction. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, Florida, which I definitely follow because I have family there, new cases reported Thursday, bringing the state total to 85,926, according to data from the Florida Department of Health. The data also shows at least 3,061 people have died of COVID-19 in Florida as of Thursday. Florida was among the first states to reopen, with Republican Governor Ron DeSantis allowing most restaurants and stores to open with limited capacity on May 4th. The heavily populated Miami-Dade and Broward County did not reopen until May 18th. On June 5th, most of the state opened deeper into reopening, allowing more stores to reopen, as well as for gyms and some stores to operate at full capacity earlier this week after the state reported previous record single day increase in infections. DeSantis said the state would not re-implement more restrictions. We're not shutting down. We're going to go forward. We're not rolling back, the governor said at a news briefing Tuesday. But there are, this governor is full of shit. There are restaurants and bars that are closing because too many people are getting sick. So it doesn't matter what he won't do. At the end of the day, the businesses can't function if the staff is sick. Okay, so moving down to Texas. Texas has confirmed cases are now nearing 100,000 as of Thursday, a record increase, the total from 99,851 on top of the biggest single day spike in cases. The state reported an increase in hospitalizations as well. There are now 2,947 people occupying hospital beds across the state, according to data from the Texas Department of Health and Human Services. In a news briefing on Tuesday, Republican Governor Greg Abbott assured the public that there is no reason today to be alarmed. He emphasized that the number of occupied beds is only a small percentage of total beds available in the state, and that hospitals can move to surge capacity at any time. The governor also attributed the recent spike in cases largely to increased testing of Texan prison population. However, he did acknowledge that some of the increase has probably been due to people not practicing social distancing in bar type settings. So, wow. California, Thursday marks the first time California has reported more than 4,000 new cases in a single day. The announcement brings the total number of confirmed infections in the state to 161,099. At least 5,290 people in California have died due to COVID-19, according to the state's data. Most of California new cases came from Los Angeles County, which reported 2,115. The state added that the single day record was fueled by 600 positive test results that came in from an earlier test period. California Governor Gavin Newsom was the first in the nation to announce statewide restrictions to move forward with businesses due to coronavirus. So, yeah, California was one of the first. Washington State was up there too to shut down. Starting on May 12th, Newsom allowed restaurants and some stores to reopen in counties that met certain criteria tied to the state of the local outbreak. However, on May 18th, Newsom announced that he was relaxing the criteria counties, which were required to meet in order to move into the next phase of reopening. I don't care what these people say, they are going to have to close this mess down again, whether they like it or not. In South Carolina, in announcing a record high spike in South Carolina, state epidemiologist Dr. Linda Bell pleaded with the public to practice social distancing and wear masks. So the virus does not spread on its own. It spreads around the state by infected people who carry it wherever they go, their work, the supermarket, the post office, a friend's house. Data from the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Controls show that the percentage of people who are testing positive for the coronavirus has increased from 5.7% on June 4th to 14.4% on Wednesday. More than 70% of hospital beds in the state are currently in use, according to the state. Republican Governor Henry McMaster was among the last to implement a stay-at-home order and one of the first to end it on May 4th, but he began to allow some businesses to reopen with restrictions even earlier on April 20th. So, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I really believe they're going to lose control of this thing as time goes on. You know, you can only be defiant for so long. If you have not conquered this virus, then the virus will conquer you. So they're now saying the South will probably be the new epicenter in the country. So it's going to shift from New York to the South, and their eyes are definitely on Florida. So I don't care how defiant these folks are. You know, you're not going to defeat this airborne virus that you have no cure for. Yeah, I mean, all it is a bunch of chattering about a vaccine. There's no vaccine. So you are still wide open to spreading an incurable virus from person to person. As long as that potential is there and they keep rushing to open everything, and the protests are still going on out in the street, there is no way you're going to contain this thing. You are dreaming if you believe there is a way. You know, isn't it funny? A country full of high IQ people, and they still haven't figured this thing out. Go figure, y'all. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.